Hello and welcome to the United Stand. How are you all doing? Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United still hasn't happened. Are you exhausted? I tell you what, it's boring, isn't it? It's boring spending your life just updating Twitter all week waiting for Alexis Sanchez to sign. Wasting your life. But no, it's not really. I like it and I'm sure many of you do. Interestingly, Twitter is down. So if you're one of the people who, to be honest, I've got a few bases covered, but I do keep an eye on Twitter for Manchester United announcing signings, and it is down at the moment. I mean, there's lots of fun I could have with you about that, but I respect you too much, so I'm not going to give you fake that he's officially signed. But when he does sign, we will go live, of course. So I don't know whether it's going to be tonight. It's going to be before 12 o'clock tomorrow, surely, so we can play against Burnley. So a lot of people seem to think it'll be tomorrow morning now. So we'll have to wait on that. But one interesting thing from, well, there's a few interesting things from today. In relation to, Drawty Devil says no Twitter. He told me a few minutes ago. In relation to Alexis Sanchez, will he be Manchester United's next number 7? Some people getting quite excited about this. I also want to talk about Mkhitaryan and a couple of other things as well. But a lot of people getting excited about this today because people were buying Alexis Sanchez number 7 shirts, Manchester United shirts from Adidas in London, I believe, today. But the reality is you can go into any shirt and they'll put whatever you like on the back of the shirt. They could put Goldbridge number 7 on the back. It doesn't mean I'm going to be Manchester United's next number 7. But it does create an interesting debate as to Alexis Sanchez. Will he be United's next number 7? Should he be Manchester United's next number 7? And I don't know what you think, but I'm quite relaxed about it, much like I'm relaxed all week about him signing. I don't know how those people who have been unsure about this have got through this week. It must be exhausting, because I found it exhausting waiting for the official deal to be announced, knowing it's going to be announced. But for those people who are still sort of, or have been a little bit sort of nervous about it, then it must have been absolute torture. But I'm also relaxed about what shirt he will wear, because at the end of the day, I think it's going to be quite a big indication what shirt he wears as to where we're going as a club. If that number 7 shirt gets occupied by Alexis Sanchez, it closes that door on the number 7 shirt, which has been kept vacant for a year since Memphis left. And I've always said that that number 7 shirt was kept vacant as a lure to somebody to come to Manchester United. Of course it was. There was no reason not to give it to somebody at the start of the season. You can always shift it around the following summer. So the reason we've kept it empty is because when you're going for a big play, you go and if you want it, you can have the number 7 shirt. So it'd be interesting if we give it to Alexis Sanchez, because I never felt, well, we were never in for Alexis Sanchez until a couple of weeks ago. That's the cold hard truth. He was going to go to Man City. United have inquired about him like they did about Lukaku and just basically said, is there any chance? You know, it's sort of like a passing comment. Any chance? Didn't expect it to be, but is there? Oh, there is. Okay, well, we really would like him. And that's what's happened with him. He wasn't the long-term plan. I don't mean like long-term in like a few years' time. He was never on the radar for United. He was always going to City, and we've basically stolen him, and he wants to come to us over them. But if we're giving him the number 7 shirt, we're definitely going to have to consider what was happening before and why that changed. Was it Griezmann who was going to give that shirt, and has Griezmann in the last couple of weeks said, I'm going to go to Barcelona in the summer, and that's forced United to have to go really aggressively in on someone like Sanchez? Or are we not going to give him the number 7 shirt? I mean, like, Scott Watts has just made a contribution. Thank you, Scott. He says Zlatan leaves 10 shirt free. Dybala, yeah. Well, number 10's a big shirt in any club, but the number 7 shirt is boomtastic. I hate that word, but it is. It is the most iconic shirt in Manchester United's history. George Best, David Beckham, Brian Robson, Ronaldo, Cantona, just to name a few. It is the most iconic shirt in world football for me. And if Alexis Sanchez has been lured to United on that, then you wonder who the other player that we were looking at before that we kept it vacant for was. I think Alexis Sanchez will get the number 7 shirt. I'm just going to say that, I do. Do I want him to get the shirt? I think it'd be more exciting. I don't know what you lot think. I think it would be more exciting if he wasn't given the number 7 shirt, because I think then it would be meltdown. Meltdown for United fans in a positive way, because we'd be like, we've got Sanchez, we've stolen him from City, and we're not giving him the number 7 shirt. Who's getting that in the summer? And from meltdown from rival fans, because they'd be like, my God, they've not even given him the number 7 shirt. What else have they got planned? So I think it would be more exciting from our point of view if he wasn't given the number 7 shirt. But I do expect him to give it. Sanchez number 20, says Akeem Green. Well, that's the problem. What shirts are available? He might get 370,000 a week, but he comes on a free, says Nadeem. Well, we are going to give them something. Will you go live if it's announced at 2 AM tonight, says Agent Paul. I'll try. I don't think that will happen, but I think it will be, you know, UK sort of hours up until probably about 11 o'clock tonight and from about 8 o'clock tomorrow. I don't think it will happen between 11 o'clock tonight and 8 AM UK time. Love the show, Mark, says Conan Kennedy. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. In fact, remember what Matthew McFadden said last night. The United Stand's got to get to 180,000 subscribers before Manchester United will release it. It's becoming a bit of an urban myth. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button, because who knows, there might be some truth in it. Manchester United Football Club might be waiting for the United Stand to get 180,000 subscribers before they announce Alexis Sanchez. Who knows in this mad, mad world? I'm joking, but you never know. You never know. TT9 says Sanchez is slow. You need to get your TV player off slow play, mate, and get it up to normal speed. He ain't slow. I'm trying to see what people are saying about the number 7 shirt before I talk about. Sean Fitzgerald does make a very good point. He says, I'm tired of it. Just make it official before the positivity dies. And Kieran Byrne, you were right. You were very, very right. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with the Pogba deal. Went this way. When it drags on for so long, it does take away the sort of, you know, the peak excitement. But we shouldn't let it take it away, because when it is announced, it is. You think back to last Saturday. I was only 20% sure last Saturday that he would come to United. I was 80% sure he'd go to City. It was only when I got the text message on Sunday lunchtime that I suddenly became 100%. So it is interesting as to when it's going to be announced. It might not get announced by midday tomorrow. I mean, I must just add that I've never said. I mean, I know we've done the transfer daily and said today surely, but I've never said it's definitely going to happen by this time. I think it will happen by midday tomorrow, because surely we want him to play against Burnley. That's a tough game, but it might not. It might not. But the only thing is, it's in Arsenal's interest that it does. I think what's going to happen is United are going to announce Sanchez and Arsenal are going to announce Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, because from Arsenal's point of view, they are going to get a lot of trouble from their fans for selling Sanchez, and I think the only way they can spin it positively is if they do Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang at the same time. So I think that's what's probably going to happen. Donovan says it's a fake text message. Well, if you watch Football Daily this morning, I showed the text message that I got on Sunday. A few people have said it's fake. Look, I know it's not a fake. I can show you my phone and I can show you who it's from when the deal is official, because I'm going to tell you who the source is. They're happy for me to tell you. Why would I do that? Why would I risk the reputation of the United Stand? Some people would say we haven't got a reputation, but I know a lot of people are very loyal to the United Stand and they love the community because it is your community. Why, when I was only 20% sure on Sunday morning that we were going to get Alexis Sanchez, would I do a stupid thing and go live at lunchtime on Sunday and put a tweet out saying that Manchester United will definitely sign Alexis Sanchez when I was only 20% sure? That would have been suicidal to do that. The grief we would have got. I did it because I was told it. I wouldn't take a risk with the United Stand like that. I'm not ego Goldbridge, despite what many people think. I wouldn't do that. And to be 100% convinced that he was coming as well from Sunday lunchtime, nobody was in that position. Nobody. So we did get information, and you will know where that information came from the minute he signs, which he will. Joe Raymond's made a contribution. Hi Mark, do you reckon United will sign second player this window? If so, who do you think is most likely? I still think, Joe, that Mesut Ozil is realistic. I don't have any information on it, but I have been saying this all transfer window. Ozil's the same as Sanchez. A deal can be done, and I think he would be good for us. So I still think that could happen. There is talk of Lassana Diarra. There is still talk of Lucas Moura. There are deals that United could go and do. And I think with Mourinho signing a new contract, then anything is possible. Twitter is back up apparently. Let's have a look. It is. It is. So we all rush to Twitter to make sure that there's nothing. You're gonna laugh. I'm gonna make you all laugh tonight. I've just had a message from Matthew Morgan, who does send me messages, and I do appreciate it. And if you are watching tonight, shout out to Matthew Morgan. He's just sent me a link from the Telegraph. Ah, Chelsea make shock Peter Crouch inquiry as search for target man widens. It just gets better. What has Mourinho done to Conte? What has he done? He's destroyed him. He's absolutely destroyed him. That is official. That is an official link. Oh my God. Oh God. You've got to love football, haven't you? You've got to love it. Sander Sagers, some of you will know Sander. He says tomorrow is going to be Alexis Sanchez day. Chelsea make Peter Crouch inquiry. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Spartacus Rex, he's probably blagging us, but if you're not, you need to refresh because he's saying, "Come on, Mark, start the show." Anyway, Twitter's back up and running. Snaps. Oh, snaps! I've just seen you. There you go. Let's talk about Mkhitaryan. I did a video on That's Football. If people haven't subscribed to That's Football, make sure you do. It's our generic sort of football channel where we talk about everything. We do watch-alongs for all sorts of games. We did El Clasico, and we talk about general transfer news. So I was talking about Mkhitaryan at lunchtime because I did a video at 1:30, and he really irritated me. I'll tell you what, I've got to be honest, he really irritated me, and I don't know where I sit with this now, because I was saying last night, let's be respectful, Manchester United fans. Let's be respectful of Mkhitaryan. He has been bad for us, but let's let him go. But when I saw him training this morning and putting a picture out, I was like, what are you doing? Get off that training pitch and get to Arsenal. You've been rubbish all season. Get lost. And it's amazing how you react. I always find, I find your human reactions very interesting anyway. You think you know yourself, and you'll surprise yourself, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. And as much as I was sat there pontificating last night, we've got to be respectful to Mkhitaryan. We're better than that. We're a better club than that. When I saw him in the training kit, I just went mad. I was like, what is he doing? One, he could get injured. Why is he still here? He's meant to be in London. Get out of our club. You've been rubbish all season. And that was my reaction. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I think all people, I think every human being has an element of hypocrisy in them. And that was my hypocrisy moment. I genuinely don't like, and I haven't tweeted anything negative about Mkhitaryan, but I do want him to go. I would, to be honest, I know now, I would be very, very, very irritated if he stayed at United beyond this transfer window. I'm not horrible to him. I'm not picking on him. I just know that he's finished at United. He's been here 18 months. It's been really predominantly bad. This season it's been awful. And he needs a move, and we need him out, and I want him to go, and that's my total honest opinion. I'm not being horrible about it. I think it's a bit 50-50 really. I think some United fans want him to stay, and I think some people want him to go. I'm like, I want him to go, and I want him to go and have a good career. I loved him at Dortmund. I was really excited about him coming to United, but he's just not done it. It's not happened, and I don't think he's not tried, but he just irritates me anyway. Like, he's always got his head down. He doesn't want to tackle. I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe he just doesn't suit the Premier League. But I want him to go, and I want him to be part of this Sanchez deal. I don't want him to stay. I think we'd sign Sanchez anyway, by the way. And if you're one of those people who want us just to pay for Sanchez and keep Mkhitaryan, that's fine. That's your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, no, I do want him to go. And I was surprised how irritated I was by him training this morning. I thought that's a big risk. Sanchez trained with the kids at Arsenal today. But Mkhitaryan trained with the first team. Rojo, Fellaini, bloody hell, anything could have gone wrong. Imagine if he'd got injured. In fact, if Mkhitaryan really didn't want to go to Arsenal, that's probably what he'd do, because Ashley Young and Fellaini have done that over the years. They get injured a few weeks before the transfer window. We're very close to 6,000 subscribers, so share it, like it, and let's see if we can go over that, because it'd be great, because I really do want to interact with you lot tonight. I think it's been one of those weeks where it's really been exhausting, and we couldn't do Skype garbage on Monday because we played Stoke. And I really just want to interact with you lot and get your thoughts tonight, because that's what the United Stand's all about, and I can just talk crap like I always do. But I want to get some of your feelings, really, not on anything, but obviously mostly Manchester United rated. So let's see what we say. Congratulations to Snaps, who's our latest moderator, and thanks to all the moderators. They're doing a great job. We needed another one because it's getting so busy at the moment, which, to be honest, is a testament to you lot as the United Stand community. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and as I say, I'm your flute, so blow me. I'm your instrument, play me, is what I meant to say. I might be the presenter of the United Stand, but it doesn't work without all of you lot. So thanks everybody. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, like the videos, and just keep getting involved. Lots of exciting things going on this year. Some of them secretive, some of them good. And they're all good, but some of them we're not telling you because I think you're going to love it. We're not doing a Skype show tonight, Sharik. It's just going to be live comments. Sanchez, our new left wide attacker, says Chris Windle. The minute Sanchez signs, we'll react. And then the minute, and then not the next minute, but I will then do the video that I've sort of kept back myself as a little treat to me, that I want to do the video of where Sanchez will play for United and where he can play. So I've got it all planned out. I'm just waiting for him to sign. Yes, Conte is a broken man, Cal Davies. Seriously, the Telegraph have reported that Chelsea have made a late inquiry for Peter Crouch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Atava says, what do you think about Martial's playing time under Sanchez? Without giving too much away, I just think Martial has been our player of the season and we'd be foolish to put him on the bench. Nathan Woods made a contribution. He says, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Nathan. And thanks to all you lot who's getting involved. Darshan says it's been announced. It hasn't been announced. Don't kidda kidda. The United Stand community is fantastic at banter and all of that. So it's not. It could, you know what, we are into that territory now between 8:30 on Thursday night and midday on Friday where it can happen at any point. As I said before, I don't think it'll happen after 11 o'clock tonight and it won't happen before 8 AM. That's the time it won't happen. But between now and 11 o'clock and 8 AM and midday tomorrow, so we basically, if you discount going to bed time, go to bed at about 11 tonight, get up at about 7:30 tomorrow, it's going to happen in the next about 6 hours you're awake if you do go to bed between those times. What did I make of Lingard's video, says James Corcoran. You know what, I'm going to be honest with you because I always am. Josh E says he's been fired from work today because his boss is an Arsenal fan. I hope that's not true, Josh. I hope not. Lingard's video today, can I just say that I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like all this silly dancing. I don't like Lingard taking over Manchester United's Instagram. Because, to be honest with you, I'm old school and Roy Keane was my hero and Roy Keane would have basically chewed Lingard up and spat him out and never let him back in Manchester. Probably Pogba as well. Roy Keane just would not have that. And I think United miss that on the football pitch. But there isn't any there aren't really any Roy Keanes around anymore. So I think to be successful, you've got to be a bit like City. You've just got to fill your team with decent players and play good football because those leaders have sort of died. And Lingard is, by the way, I'm not saying I dislike Lingard. I'm just saying personally I don't really like that sort of thing. It doesn't make me dislike him. He's playing really well at the moment. But I totally understand that a lot of you love it. And that is what football is to a lot of people at the moment. So I respect that and I'm glad that you all enjoy it. And to be honest, I'm indifferent to it. It doesn't wind me up. I know some people it does. But, you know, there will be some people like me that just find it a little bit odd. Jesse Lingard, who basically is a bench player for United when we get the players in we need to, walking around acting like a fool. But I'm in my late 30s. You lot might be late teens, mid-teens, early 20s and absolutely love that. And the world changes from what I had when I was that age. You know, I was like Oasis, long hair, Adidas Gazelles and drinking Red Stripe and smoking Benson and Hedges. That was my sort of late teens. So it's not for me, but it's harmless as well, is what I would say about that. And it definitely caters to a certain up-and-coming demographic that United want to link into. F Soul says lighten up Mark. I'm totally like I've got no issue with it at all. I haven't got an issue with it. It's just not my cup of tea. Mark, if Sanchez doesn't get the number 7, is that a massive indication of a big arrival in the summer? Says Widham 7. I hope he doesn't get the number 7. As I said a few minutes ago, I think he will, but I hope he doesn't, because if he doesn't, that is absolutely massive for United. Really, really big, because it means that, yes, I think we will be signing somebody else to fill that number 7 shirt. So, yeah, I'd be really, really excited about that. I don't know why I just clicked there, because it's not what I wanted to click. I've lost my live comments. Dang Dang. Okay. Link in the video description for Fan League. We've been plugging this all week because you do have a free credit to play Fan League this weekend. It's Saturday fixtures. Link in the video description. Free to download and you get a free credit. The way to play once you've signed it up, there's a £12,000 prize pot at the moment. You click play and you pick your results for 13 fixtures. So Arsenal are there at home to Palace, Burnley against United, Sanchez debut, Mkhitaryan debut. All you got to do for each game is pick home win, draw or away win. You don't have to pick the score like on Super Brew. It's just home win, draw or away win. Pick one for each fixture, enter your scores and you're in. You've got one free credit for this week and next week if you click the link in the video description, and you could win. If you get all 13 right, you could win well over 10 grand. If you get 11 right, you'll win some money. If you get 12 right, you'll win some money. If you get 10 right, you'll win some money. On Saturday, once everybody's in, they'll tell you the breakdown of the prizes on the results. But it's free to play, a little bit of interaction between yourselves, and also, as I said, free to play, so it's money in the bank if you think you can do it. And interesting weekend of fixtures as well. Also, if you do sign up and you click the community button, you can create leagues and play amongst yourselves. There is a United Stand League which you'll get an invitation for. Don't worry if you signed up a few weeks ago and you're going to sign up today and you think, oh, I'm behind everybody else, because it averages your score. So if you got 10 out of 13 this week, 8 out of 13 next week, your average score would be 9. That's how it works. 10 plus 8 is 18 divided by 2 weeks equals 9. So link in the video description for that, through Fan League. Make sure you have a go at it. It's free to play. We've got a free credit to play this week and next week. And obviously the more people sign up, the more offers I think they'll give us, which is a positive for you lot, because we are getting more and more of that sort of thing as we grow, and we'll give it out to you. And obviously I think we've given a United shirt away. Given 3 away in the last couple of weeks. We'll be giving 1 away this weekend as well. So link in the video description for that. Play Fan League. How our is announced, says Gabriel. How our is announced. The Fan League link does work, by the way. I've just checked it. Somebody said it doesn't. It does. Jeff Hepner says, Mark, if Sanchez isn't at United by the Burnley game, should we worry that the deal is falling apart? I don't know what you lot know, because I always treat you lot like me, like you know a lot about United and you keep your eye on stuff, because I know from all the live comments and I know the repetition of names that you are very educated Manchester United fans. So, but SKR08 DT said your channel is dead. I'd love to know when he said it. And he's welcome to come on the show anytime. It's really funny because I met DT just before Christmas and shook his hand and he never said a word. So, you know, I love people who say stuff, you know, behind Twitter accounts or on videos where I'm not in the room. That's all I'd say about that. I ain't got a problem with DT. I think he overreacts about things, but the offer's open. I'll go and meet him anywhere, and a lot of people would like to see it. He's the one who keeps avoiding it, so let him keep throwing stones from behind whatever door he's hiding behind, because I'm more than happy to have a chat with him about Arsenal or anything. There we go. In relation to Alexis Sanchez, if he hasn't signed by tomorrow lunchtime, can the deal die? Arsene Wenger basically said it's going to happen this morning, so of course the deal could fall through, but I don't see it happening. It's such a big statement for United. Sanchez wants to come to United. We're so far down the line with it. No, I'm not concerned at all. It will happen. Do you think we will win on the weekend? Because we drew 2-2 against them a month ago. This is Callum Roberts. DT did not say that. Silly space, you cheeky git. Whoever said it before. Like I said, I ain't got a problem with DT. I met him before Christmas and we shook hands, so I don't think he would say anything anyway. Burnley's a tough... You know, I feel sorry for Burnley, because we should be doing the preview today, but I can't do the preview until Sanchez signs, or doesn't sign. So we'll do the preview tomorrow night, because I can't do a preview until I know whether Sanchez is part of it, and I suspect he will be, and then it sort of makes it a rubbish preview if we haven't definitely got Sanchez yet. So yeah, Burnley's going to be a tough game. The league is, you know, bringing it back to the league is by no means sorted. It's very, very tight around top 4. Liverpool and Chelsea are only 3 points behind us. Spurs play us in the next game, after the next league game. So it's getting very, very tight. I mean, interestingly, I've seen an image of this time, 23 games played when we got Newcastle back and they were 12 points ahead of us. 23 games, Man City 12 points ahead of us. I don't think it's the same. I think Newcastle ran out of petrol and we pulled them in, and it was hard to pull them in. I don't see City pulling out of petrol, running out of petrol, so I don't think we can close a 12-point gap. And that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking second place, FA Cup, and a good run in the Champions League would be a good season for us. But Alexis Sanchez does make things very, very interesting indeed. I do keep clicking off just in case. United haven't tweeted for a while. Just saying. There was a super chat here from Vince Chapman. When Sanchez signs, please don't let Alex get the shirt. I don't really speak to Alex much anymore, but I will send him a message on our behalf. Sanchez will start on the bench, says Justin Blackman. He might. Andrew Kay's talking about Seri from Nice, who apparently Man City, Barcelona, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool want. He is a bit of a Kante sort of player. I'd still prefer Fabinho, to be honest. Josh E says apparently he was sacked because of his boss is an Arsenal fan. And he says, unfortunately, it's true, so more time for United Stand Live. Well, that's positive, Josh, but not good. That's not good. Demarcio said it's a matter of hours. I reckon Alexi on bench against Burnley, says Faye Syed. I haven't seen that tweet from Demarcio saying it's a matter of hours, actually. I had a look before I come on. More people watch this than Man City, says Kieran Byrne. You know what? It's an interesting thing, and I never think about it because obviously I'm busy doing the show. But with 5,600 United standers watching, it's interesting that the United stand probably has more people watching it now than most league sides in England. Certainly most League One sides, League Two sides. So it's interesting, isn't it? Got more supporters than them. Probably I've got more supporters than City as well. Who will finish in the top four, says Adam Collins. I would go with Man City first, Man United second, Liverpool and Spurs at the moment, based on form. Collymoore's not the source, Cockney Red. Mark, would Adidas be holding it up also, as they will also have to advertise Sanchez in the 3 stripes? Sanchez is Puma, isn't he? Or am I thinking about Arsenal? That's a good point. Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez. Boot. Sponsor. I think he's Nike. I think he might be Nike. Chelsea want to sign Peter Crouch. Yeah, we've all had a good laugh at that. J Cam says United will not finish second, will finish 4th. Well, you know, it's anything's possible. I'm not going to get arrogant about it. Mark, are you confident Sanchez will play against Burnley? Hyper Hassan. As of the moment, I will. There's so many people wishing. You know what? This is the sad thing. I can take any sort of criticism from City and Liverpool fans, and there's a lot of horrible stuff tweeted about me on Twitter from rival fans, but I ignore it. It doesn't bother me. You know, it's water off a duck's back. But what I've never really understood is within the United community. I don't understand it. We've certainly never been, you know, abusive to other United fans, and I find it ridiculous. But I've actually had lots of direct messages today through over the week via Twitter from United fans swearing and saying, I can't wait, I really hope Sanchez doesn't sign just so you look a fucking cunt, you know. And I'm like, what? You know, you would be detrimental to your club just for me to have egg on my face, which I won't end up with, by the way. I find it odd. You know, honesty is the best policy, and you're honest with your community that we've all built together. And then there's people hoping it goes wrong who are United fans. They'd rather we didn't sign Sanchez just so the United stand looks stupid. Ridiculous. Sad, sad people. Do I reckon anybody else? Do I reckon United will buy anyone else? Says Kathy Collins. In January, I've got a funny feeling we will. I've got a funny feeling we will. Mark Bolton says Sanchez salary, ridiculous figures being quoted. Look, if you're not you know, if you're not being spoken about, you're doing something wrong. And United are always being spoken about, so we're clearly doing something right. And as Arsene Wenger said this morning, he said, I respect Manchester United. I'm not bothered about the figures because they actually generate their money themselves through their club, which is a great quote from Wenger. And Arsenal try to do the same. And that's the bottom line. Manchester United, I think we came first again today in some list in relation to income and how it's increased. United, as a club, are the beacon in relation to income and how we are run as a business and how we generate our money through our support. So I ain't bothered what people say. You know, if we are paying £500,000 a week, yeah, it's a bit of a stupid amount, but we can afford it and it will come from the club anyway. If we get Ronaldo in the summer, how will he fit in with Sanchez in the squad, says Keefe. Well, Keefe, as I said on the Football Daily, Transfer Daily show that we do every weekday at 7 AM, there will be one tomorrow. Got an interesting story for you tomorrow at 7 AM actually. I would play Ronaldo where Lukaku is. And I know that would mean Lukaku on the bench, and that's probably why we won't go for Ronaldo. But you put Ronaldo where Lukaku is, and I think he'll score 40 goals for you. No problem. Hate will drive you down. It certainly will. Broski, our contribution, we need Nainggolan after getting Sanchez. Look, I don't know why we're not in for Nainggolan. He is the closest thing to Roy Keane in world football. I'll keep saying that. And he's fallen out with Roma and he might be going to China. United, pop in. Let's get him. Bring him in. Be brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. Moshi Isaac. Mark, I know you like Ronaldo a lot, but can I ask you this question? If Ronaldo is valued at over 180 million and you have a chance to get Griezmann and Dybala for 170 million, who would you rather sign? I'm not even going to think about it. You obviously take Griezmann and Dybala because of you get two top players who were both in their mid-20s more or less. Whereas Ronaldo, as much as I'd love him at the club, you know, I'm not stupid. You would take Dybala and Griezmann for the same money. Of course you would. We still need someone to cross the ball. Jay Colthurst is right. What are your thoughts on Fulham fullback Ryan Sessegnon? Very good left back. I think he's only 17. Not heard that we're going to sign him though. Lynn Hall says it was a great quote by Wenger. Very honest. Look, you know what? In relation to Arsenal, as I said before, we as United fans have been very respectful. Apart from the little banter where we've taken the piss out of certain people for their sort of stance on, you know, you're never going to get Sanchez. But in general, we have been very respectful and we've aimed a lot of our sort of knives at Man City for their arrogance on how they thought they had Sanchez tied up. And we've left Arsenal alone. But you know what? I've got to be honest. Arsenal, I think we've left them alone because it's sympathy. You know, we almost feel sorry for them. You know, we took Robin Van Persie. I couldn't believe that. You know, Van Persie forced that move through. And for anybody who's been watching the United stand for the last 6 months, whenever I've been asked about Alexis Sanchez, all I've said is, I don't see it happening because Arsenal will never sell to us. The only way we get Alexis Sanchez is if he forces the move through himself and says, I'm not going anywhere, I want to go to Manchester United. That's the only way it happens. Well, you know what? It clearly has happened. And the press want to spin a different story. But Arsene Wenger said after Robin Van Persie, and Arsene Wenger and Arsenal will know that selling to Manchester United your best player is not advisable and is the worst thing that you can do. The fallout from Van Persie was horrific. They did well to survive it. To do it again with Alexis Sanchez is unforgivable of that club to do it. And the only reason it's happening is because Alexis Sanchez has done what I said would have to be the scenario. He has said, not going anywhere else. I want to go to Manchester United, and it can either happen now for money or I'll do it in May. And that's what's happened. So, you know, Arsenal, there is sympathy towards them, isn't there? Because it's embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. Adam Collins, I've just heard that the Alexis Sanchez deal is confirmed. It's not confirmed yet. God, the amount of United fans who are blocking Guillem Balaguer. I don't blame him. I blocked him. This will make you laugh. This is from @ReeseWilliam26. He says, Guillem Balaguer, you're a mug. I rang you on a radio station and asked if United were interested in signing the tasty real Betis winger, Paella. You said he's a possibility. He doesn't even exist. Balaguer. I can't even look at his tweets. He's blocked. He's blocked. It's not official. It's not official yet. It isn't official yet. Manchester City is the biggest club now. Manchester is blue, says Brian Portillo. I don't even need to ask. Rodrigo says the deal is done. Look, the deal's been done since Sunday in relation to Sanchez and Manchester United. As I've told you, you know, it's just when they're going to sort out whatever they're going to do with old Mkhitaryan and Arsenal. Rachel Speck, thanks Rachel. Who is worse signing, Falcao or Mkhitaryan? Well, I'll throw that to the live comments because it's a good comment, Rachel. Thanks for the contribution. Who's the worst signing for United, Falcao or Mkhitaryan? I'd say probably... I really liked Falcao. It just didn't quite work out for him and he was never quite fit. But it's close. I'd say Mkhitaryan's a better signing than Falcao because of the goal he scored in the Europa League, but it is close. What do I think if we get Ronaldo? Good or bad deal, says Prince Nishap. Good. Why aren't we announcing, says Mustafa. I don't know. Just come on. Can you update me, Mark, says Itamar Gilbley. We've just been talking about Mkhitaryan going and how I want him to go and how I think Alexis Sanchez will be the number 7. But I think it'd be really exciting if he's not the next number 7, because if Sanchez doesn't get the number 7 shirt, I'll be really excited because I'll be like, who is going to get that shirt? Why are we still keeping it free? It would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Shoot neutrality. Falcao was the right player with the wrong manager. Once we sign Alexi, who is our best free kick set piece specialist, says Ryan Awesomeness. I think Pogba and Mata will give him a run for the money. I just don't think Pogba and Mata are as consistent as they should be. They're very good with free kicks, and we've seen with Mata this season he scored one. We scored one, but yeah, we do need someone who can cross the ball. I wouldn't go as far as Mark Albright and Fraser Tom, but I know what you mean. A specialist who can put a cross in the box is what we need. That's why Ozil would be good. We've got whatever happens with Alexis Sanchez, and people are talking about medicals in the morning. Is that it's got to be done by 12 midday tomorrow. Otherwise, he can't play against Burnley, which is disastrous. So we need him to play. It's interesting, you know, if he doesn't sign till the morning, we've got an outside chance of hitting 180,000 subscribers before it, which would be pretty, you know, good prediction from Matthew McFadden, who I haven't seen on the live comments tonight. Make sure you do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner with the hologram. And if you have subscribed or you are subscribing, I never remember to say this, make sure you click the bell. And then when you've clicked the bell, tick to get all notifications when we go live, because obviously I can't schedule when Sanchez is going to sign, but when he signs we'll go live. And if you want to be watching the United Stand when we go live, because I've got numerous notes ready, I'll be revealing our source as well, who told us last Sunday lunchtime that it was a done deal with Sanchez and United. So it's going to be a good show, and it's going to be a historic show because it is an absolutely massive signing. And I'll keep saying this and build it up a little bit more. I'm old enough to remember Andy Cole signing in January 22 years ago it was, from Newcastle. He was banging goals in at that time. And it was a real shock when we signed him, but it was a fantastic signing. Cantona from Leeds, that was great as well. But this is massive. This is massive. In January, I mean, we can't talk about Pogba or Van Persie because they were summer signings. Mid-season signing, this is right up there with anything United have done before. I'm really excited about it. And if it is tomorrow morning, it's a bit like what we had a few weeks ago. It's Christmas Eve. Enjoy it, because tomorrow morning could be Christmas. James Howell, any word on any other transfer rumours? Heard John Mikel Seri needs midfield. Any thoughts, please? I think that's more for the summer, James. Thanks for the contribution. I think that's more for the summer, and again, it's a competitive one. Cal Davis 14, was the United Stand going when Robin Van Persie was signed? Unfortunately, no. We started the Christmas of that season. We've been going 3 years, and he signed 3.5 years ago. So no, he didn't. He signed under Sir Alex Ferguson, so it was 4.5 years ago. Or was it 5 years ago? 2012. The summer of 2012. No, we were nowhere near had we started by then. We didn't start until the Christmas of Van Hal's first season. Van Hal. So we missed all the Moyes stuff. I think, you know, if we'd been around for Moyes, bloody hell. Can you imagine it? I never wanted Moyes from day one, so that United stand would have been golden. I would buy a Cardi, says Andrew Ellis. I would love a Cardi, although he is linked to Real Madrid. Yeah, I really do think that it would be amazing if he didn't get if he didn't get the number 7 shirt. I think it'd be fantastic, because it'd be like, wow, what's going to happen in the summer? 6 years, says Nadeem. PGG talking about the Mkhitaryan photo as a sort of farewell. Yeah, I think you're right. AS English says that United want to bring Ronaldo home. We've heard it so many times about Ronaldo. I would never get excited about it because we've heard it so many times. But I would do it. I would do it. Breaking news from Copper 90. Chelsea's deal for Peter Crouch has collapsed. They're now looking to tempt Rob Hulse out of retirement, or Emil Heskey. Chelsea, they're a banter club, aren't they? They can't help it. They can't help it. Mark, don't forget either number 10 or 7 will be free in the summer. Zlatan will go a marquee signing in the summer, says Reese. Yeah, I think so. We're treading water a little bit, aren't we? We are treading water in relation to Manchester United at the moment, and we await this massive signing. I'm going to sign off now. I could talk to you all night because, like many of you lot, I'm checking Twitter every couple of minutes, waiting for this signing to happen. All I can say is when it does happen, we'll go live. I've got some big things I want to say. I can't wait to say it. Things I've held back because although I'm 100% sure he's going to sign, I don't want to come across as too muggy before it's official. So as soon as he signs, we go live, whatever time it is. So get your notifications on, click the bell, subscribe to the channel, and it's going to be a great moment when it does happen. And it's got to happen before midday tomorrow because we want him to play against Burnley. The watch along on Saturday afternoon is going to be on point if Sanchez is making his debut. What a pain in the arse that it's a 3 o'clock Saturday UK time kickoff, because that means most people can't watch it. So I'm sure people will find ways and we will be doing a watch along. But, not ideal, but I'm sure he'll be playing in it. I'm sure he will. Thanks everyone for watching. Could be live in 10 minutes, an hour, 2 minutes, 2 hours I meant to say, or tomorrow morning. It will happen surely. And Akash Garang has made a contribution. Thanks to everybody. If we hit 180,000 subscribers over the next day, which I'm hopeful that we can do, it just shows where this channel's going and what a great community we've got. 5,500 people watching, which is amazing. And hopefully that's an indication not only of the United stand growing, but Manchester United growing and Mourinho taking us where I always felt he would do. Exciting times ahead. And we will speak to you all as soon as either 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for Transfer Daily, or when this Sanchez deal happens. Speak to you all soon. Try to relax. I know it's very hard. I think when it hits 11 o'clock, get some sleep. Get yourself up for 7:30. It will be between now and 11 or after 8 o'clock tomorrow. Logically this is it. Deco Dan, if that's what you think, we'll just block you. There you go. You've gone anyway. You're already gone. Thanks for watching. Brilliant as ever, you lot. Big shout out to you lot. And hopefully I'll see you soon for this Sanchez signing. Maybe tonight. Thanks for watching.